So take a guess what the number one question that I get most in real estate. Well, actually there's two, but the one that I think is the most is, when is the best time to put our home on the market? Well, let's take a couple of minutes and let's break it down and I'll explain it. Hey everyone, Brandon Shupe at Sky Dan Real Estate. I hope all is going well. And I'm actually driving and it's storming outside, so if you hear noise in the background, that's the thunder and the rain. But so yes, a couple of the big questions I get is, how's the market? But the number one question that I get most of the time is, when is the best time to put our home on the market? Now understand, there really is no bad time to put your home on the market. You know, a lot of people think that the holidays are a bad time to put your home on the market, and I disagree, because usually during the holiday season there's a lot of buyers that are still out there looking, and these normally are buyers that are really serious. You know, nobody's out in the snow and in the cold weather looking to buy homes unless they're really serious. Your house looks nice because of the holidays. Yeah, you might have some possible snow, that's possible, but your homes look nice and festive, and so that's really a good time to list your home. But when is the best time, okay? So recently there was a report that was put out by Realtor.com, and they claimed that in their report, the end of April was the best time to put your home on the market. And then Zillow did a study also, and I tend to agree with this study a little bit more, is that the end of May is the best time. And here's why. You know, the big benefit with the end of May is that school is getting out, and families are then rushing to go out and find their next home, because a lot of these people are looking to make a move. They want to get into their new home before the new school year starts. So as soon as school gets out, there's going to be much more of a mad rush. And then what happens is, because there's more buyers that are in the market looking to purchase a home at the time, it's going to put a home seller in a better negotiating position, because you may have multiple people fighting over your home, okay? So yeah, the end of May, second or third, you know, fourth week, middle, end of May, somewhere in that time, great time to get your home on the market. Now, I always say, you know, don't try to look at it. Have your home on the market, so that when that time comes, your home is there, ready, positioned, ready to go. So we're in the middle of what today is. I think today's May 18th. So this is when you really want to start looking to do this. Now, what does this all mean to you? You know, in order to get top dollar, I truly believe that you want to be positioned and time this just perfect. And here I'm going to show you a graph, because these are things that you really want to make sure that you're ready to have prepared in your home when that time comes. So here's a little graph I just want to show you. You know, things that you might want to tackle before you sell the house, okay? And these four things, they really are a good key, and they really are important. You know, making sure that, you know, things that you fix, things, you know, that it kind of stands out, because every house has to have a niche, and buyers are very selective today. They really don't want to do a whole lot. They want their home that they buy to be as move-in condition as possible. You want to really boost your curb appeal. You know, take some time, maybe put some new mulch down, put some nice plants. Again, it's springtime. You want to get all that done prior to having your home on the market, and the curb appeal is huge. The other thing is, you know, brighten and refresh. It just, you know, maybe you need to repaint some rooms, you know, and reposition. If you've got too much furniture in the house, Maybe start getting rid of some of the stuff. The other thing I talk about too is having too many pictures up in your house. Because what I find a lot is that buyers will be walking through the house, and guess what? They're looking at your pictures, and it kind of takes their attention off of looking at your house. So kind of limit the amount of pictures. Buyers don't need to see pictures of all the vacations that you've been on over the last 10 or 15 years. And then the biggest thing is to declutter. You know, it's just, that's huge, because when you see a home that's a mess, it kind of gives an indication of maybe how the homeowner is with the overall care of the house. So if you declutter, it also makes it look like, you know, you can see the storage, things like that. But decluttering is huge. Just get rid of the mess. Maybe use a storage facility in the meantime, short term, and get as much out of the house to make the house look as warm, inviting, and big. And you want to make the house look as roomy as possible. So there's kind of an idea of things that you want to do before you actually get your home on the market. One other thing is that you really want to look in and talk to your real estate broker also, and have them come and sit down. A lot of the brokers will kind of have a checklist in their head, or a checklist, you know, again, experience is key. You know, I've been a real estate broker going 35 years now, so I pretty much have an idea right in my head the things that you're going to need to do. But anyway, at the end of the day, get the house ready, talk to your real estate broker, sit down and go over a plan, and then wherever you're moving to, because you're going to need to probably find another house after the sale of this, but that's the best time to put your home on the market, and it's the key in order to get the most out of your home. And again, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and if there's anything that I can do to come in, sit down, go over a plan, we could talk about this whole process, feel free to reach out to me. All my contact information will be given at the end of this video. And again, as always, I appreciate you watching, and make it a great day.